What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. What's up, guys? Still fighting the cold, but you know what? It's game day, so it's time to talk Eagles, guys. Look, updates going on as we're learning, kind of, going throughout the day. It does appear that Jordan Howard will not go today. And look, I'm not going to lie, that sucks. Not having Jordan Howard in the lineup it's not preferable. But at the same time, it is a wrinkle to the way that Bill Belichick has to call this football game. Because I promise you, when he went into his week of preparation, he was not planning for Alshon to be out. He was not planning for essentially Jordan Howard to be out. Those two guys out, of course, the Eagles' offense is going to have some diversity and it's going to change. That is going to make it tough for him to game plan for. There's no way he's going to have any idea what Doug Peterson's going to cook up. We got a guy that hasn't played this entire season for us, who's going to be playing the Y. We got Nelson Agholor, who could be game plan for. There's plenty of film to watch on Nelson Agholor, but Agholor just needs to live up to expectations, and we're going to be fine there. And then you got a rookie stepping in at the X receiving position. So I think it's hard to game plan for. You got Miles Sanders, who's going to be the featured back. I think, if you're Belichick and you're looking at the film, you're thinking to yourself, okay, like, change of pace guy. We got to watch this kid on the field. We got to make sure we take away wheel routes. We got to make sure we take away that seam route that he likes to run coming out of the backfield. You know what? It's a different look when he becomes the primary ball carrier. So, look, there are positives to the huge negative here. And that's that this Eagles offense is going to be unpredictable. I would suspect that they're going to go in and say, okay, like, we're going to have to really pay attention to Zach Ertz. I expect them to blanket Zach Ertz. And I'm telling you right now, if they blanket Zach Ertz, this should open up all kinds of opportunities for JJ Arcega-Whiteside, for Nelson Agholor, for Jordan Matthews. My bad. I always want to call Jordan Matthews and Jordan Howard, each other's names. But Jordan Matthews should have opportunities. Miles Sanders should now have more opportunities. Dallas Goedert should have opportunities. To be honest, guys, I would have, because we didn't go out and sign like a JJ Nelson, because we didn't add anyone in addition to Jordan Matthews, I personally would have called up Greg Ward Jr. for this football game. I personally would have probably brought up Henderson from the practice squad also for this football game. The reason being is that we do kind of have a shortage of weapons for this game when you're only really having 2 tight ends out there. You only have 4 wide receivers and 3 running backs. One running back coming off an ACL injury that hasn't had a lot of reps, hasn't had a lot of, time to get his football, lungs back, get his football body back. I would have brought up a little more weapons for Carson Wentz to work with than this, but the weapons are the weapons. This is what we have to work with. And I don't think it takes us out of winning this football game. I think it makes it harder. But I don't think that this is like you can't win. But I will admit, if I was the coach, I would have called up Greg Wood Jr. and I probably would have called up Henderson for the practice squad, personally, at least for just this game. And I got to tell you, Gilmore has the preferable size to match up against a guy like JJ Arcega-Whiteside. But if they don't match up with Gilmore on Arcega-Whiteside, you need to use his skill set and his advantages. Because this kid is a big, strong, physical kid. And if you're trying to put McCourty, who's a 32-year-old, 5'11", 190-some pounder, on JJ, let the kid eat. You need to let that kid eat because he's going to get body positioning on that guy. That's what I would do if I was the Eagles. I would definitely go out and I would attack them with JJ Arcega-Whiteside. This kid's had a lot of time. He's learned all the different route trees now. He's learned all the different positions. This kid's motivated. Feed him. When you get a motivated guy, you got to feed him. We're already going to have an instant upgrade at the Y. Jordan Matthews is going to be an instant upgrade at the Y position. I think you got to get the ball out there to him in space. It's going to be hard. I mean, if they lock up Gilmore on Matthews, it's going to be harder. It's going to be a lot harder to get separation against him. But it's not that it can't be done. We can move and motion people and find out right away if they're in man-to-man. In addition to that, guys, I really think this is going to be a big game for Dallas Goedert. I think Dallas Goedert is the guy who's going to have the matchups that he's going to want. If you're trying to put a safety or you're trying to put a linebacker on Dallas Goedert, I'd go Dallas Goedert all day if I was the Eagles. Because no one on the Patriots, as good as that defense is matching up one-on-one from the safety or linebacker position on Dallas Goedert. He's going to eat them alive. Defensively, guys, I think that this is the time of the year where the Eagles have got to step it up with the pass rush. This offensive line is not good for New England. It's just not. They're injured. They've been giving up pressure. Tom Brady has been very ineffective on third downs this year. Look, you got to bring pressure. I don't think you need to send all out blitzes or anything like that. But I do think that you got to play up. You got to play up man coverage. You can't just give them easy 5-yard windows. And I think we got to get guys home on Tom Brady. We got to have guys like Brandon Graham step up, Avery step up, Barnett step up. We got to have, pressure coming in from Fletcher Cox. We got to have that pressure coming in from the middle, coming in from, Jernigan coming back healthy. We've got to, interior pressure is going to be big because if Brady doesn't have a clean pocket to step into, that offense isn't moving the ball anywhere. It's going to be hard to bring pressure on every down. So, I mean, we do have to win here and there on the outside, guys. We've got to hold up at that cornerback position. But I'm going to tell you right now, what was once the glaring weakness of the Eagles, it's not a glaring weakness anymore. It's not. I mean, I think today is going to be a good test because I don't think the New England receivers are great by any stretch of imagination, but I do think that the passing game, I don't think this receiver group is better than Chicago's. I think Chicago's receiving group is miles better than New England's. But I do think the overall passing game factoring in Brady with these guys, I think that aspect makes this particular passing game better than the ones we faced of recent. Certainly better than Buffalo, probably better overall as a group than Chicago was. Individual skill set players, I think Chicago's got them beat there, but nonetheless, Trubisky's not Brady. So, look, we're going to find out a lot about our defense this game. This isn't a great New England offense. This isn't a great New England offensive line. The running game is, Sony, I'm not going to take away credit from Sony Michel. Sony Michel's a good football player, but he's not the weapon that we faced in like Ezekiel Elliott. He's not the weapon that we faced in like Dalvin Cook. He's not that type of back. He's a good running back, but he's not to that skill set level. Guys have got to step up this game. I mean, if there's one key to this is people have got to step up. We're going to have to steal a page from Bill Belichick and just do your job. Simply put, we're going to have JJ Arcega-Whiteside play like a second-round pick. We're going to have Miles Sanders play like the feature back of the future. We're going to need guys like Dallas Goedert to show his value as a second-round pick the year prior, and step up and show that, hey, you know what? Zach Ertz is a good receiver. So am I. We're going to need, guys like Jordan Matthews to say, hey, people have been talking smack about me since I got to Philly, saying, what if I'm so good, why didn't I hang on another football team? And say, look, I'm an outside receiver. The only coach that has ever recognized that I'm an outside receiver has been Doug Peterson, which is why I do so well in his offense. Look, guys have got to make plays. Nelson Agholor, man, I hate that to become dependent on Nelson Agholor, but the fact is, he is the most explosive and elusive guy that we're putting out there at the receiving position. He's going to have to make plays for us. Because if he can't make plays for us, it's going to be tough to win a football game like this. All right, guys, these are my keys to what I think, victory is going to have to be. I think that certain guys have got to step up. And I'm telling you, I think JJ Arcega-Whiteside is going to make some plays this game, guys. I'll tell you what, I would be very disappointed and very angry with the pick if I don't see true progression out of him today. Because he's got the opportunity. He's got the motivation factor. He has the skill set to win this matchup. If they don't go Gilmore on him, I think the Patriots are in trouble, to be honest with you, in their secondary. As faulted as that blah, blah, blah the secondary is, it's in trouble because JJ Arcega-Whiteside can be a nightmare. He can be. He hasn't shown it. I know that some people are like, are you crazy? I understand that he hasn't done anything to show it, but just watching what we know about this kid coming into the league, this is a kid who is not very good on the comeback routes. He's not good at curls, okay? He's not good at having to come back around in that route. But if you hit this kid in stride, this kid is very good at selling second moves on you. This kid is very good at boxing you out and going and getting the football. And if you put a 5'11", 190-pound, 32-year-old corner on this kid, it could be trouble for New England real quickly. I think Gilmore is a logical person. If I was Belichick, that I would probably put on Arcega-Whiteside, but I don't think people know anything about him. Unless Belichick really went back to the draft, studied his draft notes, and said, okay, this is a problem. We need that 6'1" playmaker that we have at corner to go shut this kid down. It's going to be a problem. You put a smaller, lighter corner on Arcega-Whiteside, it could be a long day for New England. That's the key I'm looking to. I want to see who they throw out there. Who are they going to throw out there on this guy? That's going to be a big key to me. And I really want to see what Doug Peterson has cooked up, guys, because play calling is going to be a huge factor here, guys. We've got to call a very creative game. Peterson's got to be on his game today. And I think he's going to bring it, man. I think Peterson loves playing Belichick. I think this whole Eagle team loves playing teams that they're not supposed to beat. I think it thrives in these type of roles. So, what are we going to throw out there in terms of the playbook? What are we going to give this New England defense? What looks are we going to give it that it hasn't seen before? You have to give them something. You know, you have to try to confuse them. We're going to have to make them try to guess what the hell we're doing. I hate that Howard's out because I think that the two-back set would have been a good look for them, but I do question Ajayi's lungs. I mean, he hasn't really gone through physical contact yet. He's missed training camp. He's all those things because of the injury. But I don't know how many. I know he's going to get touches this game. Make no mistake. I just don't know how many touches he's going to be able to sustain for this week. Just coming in on a Friday, guys, that's a really tough ask for Ajayi. But nonetheless, he's going to touch the football. So I'm curious of how Doug Peterson wants to try to attack this defense. My guess is we're going to see a lot of two tight end sets, and I think we're going to revert probably more towards the 11-man personnel than probably is comfortable for people. But I don't think we have a lot of a choice. I think we're going to be in 12 and 11 a lot this game. I think other games, I think if Howard was here, then we would have probably seen some 21, some 20, maybe even a 22 package in there. But I think with Howard being out, I think that changes the course of the personnel packages we can use. So that would be my guess, guys. Let me know what your guess is. How do you think we attack this team? Who do you think is going to be the key guy that's got to step up? For me, the key guy that has to step up is Agholor. However, I think JJ Arcega-Whiteside might be the guy that everyone's like, I didn't see that coming. All right, guys. Peace. I'm out here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all. You know what time it is. It's game day, so it's EAGLES. Look, it's not ideal, but this team has a tendency to rise up to situations and win. I'm expecting it today. There is no reason that New England should be able to win this game with Alshon out, with Jordan Howard out. There's no reason. Offensively, we're not as good as we could be. Deshaun Jackson out, but I'm telling you, this football team in Philly has a resiliency and a fight that is amazing to watch at times. And that's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for that resiliency and fight to emerge from the Eagles.